Alright, folks, we are back. And up next, we've got something called Foretales, a card-based narrative journey. So let's see what that's all about. Okay. Quick look in here. Maybe turn that down just a touch. And let's play. Yes, I am sure. A mysterious patron. Volpain needs money to help his father and the local miners. His friend Leo says there's someone in town with a very lucrative job offer. Welcome to Foretales, an adventure game where you progress by combining cards and exploring decks. This is it, Volpain, our ticket to the easy life. Playing Texas Hold'em. One last job and our days of stealing apples from the market are behind us. That's what you said last time. So is this contact of yours? His name's Timothy. He says he has work for people like us. Just sure he can pay, because I could really do with the money right now. Don't worry, he promised a hefty reward. Should be more than enough to help your father and the miners with their strike. And for me to take an early retirement. He's just a little difficult to track down sometimes. We'd better ask around then.
Looks like a good place to start.
Good day to you, young bird. How can I be of assistance? We're looking for someone by the name of Timothy. Ah, I see. A very secretive fellow, is he? I think I heard something about him the other day, but sadly my memory isn't what it once was. Right. What might I jog your memory, I wonder? A bite to eat usually does the trick. About 5 food should be sufficient. 5 food! It's enough to last a few days. Nor my friend here. We'll come back with some food for you. We already have 1, just 4 to go. A typical region of the game is composed of 3 to 6 location cards placed on the board. You can learn more by hovering your cursor over a card. Sometimes clicking on the cards will trigger dialogue or reaction. Try it out for yourself. Click on the left card with the beggar and he will remind you of what he wants. You spare a morsel of food for an old beggar. Wouldn't call 5 food a morsel. This is demanding work for an old man like me. I'd like to see you try it. Yeah, you'll get your food all right. You have 2 types of action cards at your disposal. Skill cards for your adventurers, and consumable cards. Targets will often be location cards, but not always. When you hover over one of your cards, the possible targets highlighted along with hints as to what will happen if you play there. So pay attention to what is highlighted and where the hints appear. Conversely, if you place your cursor over elements of the board, it will highlight the action cards you can play there. Take a moment to explore your current cards and see if you can figure out a way to find enough food to proceed. Ha! Money. Okay. Fame. Grim. Marketplace. What do we got here? Deadly shot in combat. Just take out the apple merchant. Nimble hands. Steal if you're lucky. Survive long enough to get pretty good at it. Okay, so we could okay, so for whatever reason, money is denoted with a F, and fame is denoted with this little olive crown or whatever. Olive leaves, I don't know. Garland. That's kind of confusing. So we could buy 2 food. We could go to, if we go to the marketplace, it only costs 1 and we get 2. Fuck the apple merchant. Am I right? If we do this, we just get 3 food. Just for nothing. Plus 3 food, move to next location. Right. Consume 1 gold, 2 food, move to next location. Give me 3 food, bitch.
We'll
You didn't
take that
notice
to
a
go,
thing.
thanks.
Right, one very important rule to remember is you can only play 1 card per location card on the board. Sometimes it will transform the target card into another location, but most of the time it will just consume it and travel to the next card. Standard used card from the board will go back to the bottom of the exploration deck. Okay. Once the slot's available, it will automatically be filled with a top card. You can't run out of location cards because the exploration deck always cycles. I see. So what's this do? That just... we just go somewhere else. Okay. Marketplace, poor district. Right, that cycles it. That gives us fame, it looks like. Well, I mean, let's get some fame. Fame's good. Oh, Mighty Roar draws a curious crowd. I see. What the hell does that give? 2 Grim, 1 creature, 1 creature. Just gun them down. That progresses. So what does that do? Turns it into a bunch of rioters. Why not? Surefire way to rile up a mob. Power to the people. Wait, I'm on your side. Doesn't take much to... Hard Republic. Angry people. So we could really do some damage. Get a firebomb. Or we could just peace out. What's this? Nasty little secret. What's that? Hold well. Hey, it's got some food. Blackmail people, eh? I'm sure that'll be useful. Alright, so that'll get us some food. Basically, anything we play on that will get us 1 food. Alright, well, we've got... yeah, we'll take that. We got enough food.
Something tells me these
Oh.
chaps aren't here to discuss pickpocketing techniques.
Beware, a hostile token is blocking this card. You won't be able to play any cards on this suspicious streak until you get rid of those bandits. You left click on the token, you can see the creatures forming a group and decide whether to engage or not. Most confrontations start with the negotiation phase. If you have the correct resources, you might be able to discard this threat without any violence. If you don't absolutely need to play a card here, you may as well avoid any conflict and play on the other cards available. At least one of your adventurers is down to their last few skill cards. Maybe you can use the rest deck to recover some. Since rest cards will give skill cards back to all adventurers, it's often a good idea to use actions from all your adventurers and not just one. If you spread the effort between them, they won't have to rest as often. Sure. Get rid of them. Violence is the only solution. That's... oh, violence is not the... man, here I... whatever. Violence is, I've said it before. Violence is never the answer. Violence is the question. The answer is yes. Thank you, young bird. Now about this Chimothy chap. But of course, where are my manners? Here, follow this path.
That should show the way. Heartwarming stuff.
Thanks for the tip, friend. Good day to you, bird. Well, what now? Suppose we should follow the old beggar's directions on that piece of paper. Sometimes you have to seek directions to progress in the story and reach new destinations. Check the descriptions on your cards. That piece of paper? Yes, that one. Okay.
Absolutely superb.
Heavily bandaged figure stood alone in the alleyway. He looked like he was waiting for someone. As Volpain and Leo approached, the figure turned to greet them. Ah, Leo, so you're finally here, and you brought a crow. I'm a shoebill. But of course you are. I heard you have work. Do I ever? But before we get down to brass tacks, I always like to get an understanding of who it is I'm working with. What do you mean? Like a demonstration of the value you'll bring to this operation. Demonstration? Yes, you know, skills, my boys. Show me your skills. The pair look at each other perplexed. What did he mean? Skills. Skills in combat? Sleight of hand? Or maybe just a good old trick shot from Leo. Let's see. Story effect, yeah. Could try and be nimble. So we could either attempt to pickpocketing here. That could be good. What is this search party though? Let's do that. We need a little food.
People know there are starving shoebills out here.
Oh, hey, somebody stole my lunch.
They're onto you.
Okay.
Oh, now you're in for it.
Oh, that's no fun. Alright, check this out. What if I were to steal your purse right from under your nose? It would be impressive. Especially as you just warned me you were about to. Hold on a minute. The wry smile of Volpain produced a finely embroidered purse full of gold. The masked figure was taken aback. Very impressive indeed. Here you go, all present and correct. I'll tell you what, keep it. Consider that your first payment. Well, thanks very much. Now then, perhaps you'd like to tell us what it was you needed? I would like for the two of you to acquire an item for me. An instrument, in fact. A very rare and beautiful lyre that is currently in the possession of the esteemed Lady Cattell. You mean the old bat who lives on the hill? I wouldn't call her that to her face, but yes, that's her. I'd like you to break into her manor, steal the lyre, and bring it to me at the Holy Grove. Holy Grove, I know the place well. I'll get you there myself, Volpain. Excellent, and I shall leave you to it. Look forward to our next meeting. Alright, we've got a job to do. Long last. We can get straight to it if you think we're ready to go, or we could spend some more time on the streets to prepare. It's your call. Actually, how about a small nap before we set off? You read my mind! Remember, you only have a limited number of skill cards in your adventurer's deck. Spending too many of their skill cards will tire them out. If you want to recover some skill cards, you have to use rest cards. Each rest card has its own set of effects and sometimes a price that you can decide to pay or not. Read them carefully to see what they cost. Okay.
Friends of yours, Volpan?
Why? Let's see here. Uneventful stop. Okay. Uneventful.
Whenever you're finished slacking off, you've got a realm to save, Volpan.
Suffer no other consequences. Don't expect it to be that easy all the time. Cost food or health points. And the last card of the rest deck is always a game over, so be sure to check out how many times you can hope to rest in a region. Once you move on to the next region, the rest deck will be replaced with a new set of cards. The number of rest cards in the next region is independent of how many you used here. You've completed this region. You can either proceed to the next region, or you might want to spend some more time here to gather some resources and allies. Beware, consumables and resources are carried over from one region to the next, but they're not carried over from one mission to the next, so there's no need to hoard excessively. Region complete. Move on when you're ready. No, that doesn't work. Engage. How does this work?
How much is it going to cost to forget about all this?
You started your first confrontation, but maybe there's no need for violence. When you hover over the cards at your disposal, you may discover ways to get rid of some of your opponents. If you get rid of enough opponents, you'll bring the morale of the group down to 0 and the rest will flee. If you use an aggressive card, the confrontation will automatically turn into a fight. But if you don't have any cards to play or you don't want to play any cards, click on the auto battle token to trigger the fight manually. Play any number of non-aggressive cards or start the fight with a combat card. Okay.
Oh, ouch.
Goodbye. An enemy was just removed. In most cases, this will subtract its level from the enemy's morale. Should the enemy morale reach 0, the remaining hostiles will flee. The level of an enemy is the number in the top left corner of the card. Goodbye. Alright, so now we've got Marketplace. Which, that does nothing, that does nothing. None of those do anything. Alright, let's fuck out of here. Somewhere in the garden. Watch out! Guards! Oh. There are now several hostile creatures in the search party. The deck of cards representing the animals chasing your party. Each time a new location card appears on the board, if it has a search party call token with an eye, it may spawn a group of enemies from the search party. Some of your actions may also add hostiles to the search party. Hostiles that you may have to face later, so be careful. Interesting. Right then, Timothy said the instrument was inside Lady Catel's manor. Big house with a labyrinth? That's the one! But getting through that hedge maze is going to be tough. I saw some gardeners wandering around earlier. Maybe they'd know the way.
Don't look now.
Yikes.
That's the law.
Bruh, I don't like that. Gardener, can I help you? One can get lost in these gardens. We'll even show you where the apples are. Huh? I hate Labyrinth. I take it you're not amazed by them then, huh? Ha ha ha! Okay. Orchard or the patrolled garden. Ah, very well.
Everyone can be bought.
Goodbye.
Right between the eyes. How are you going to get out of this one, Volpat?
Oh, from now on, both sides will automatically attack the opponent directly opposite them, or to the left, known as directly in front. Between each round of attack, you can play one card per adventure. Again, if you don't want to play cards, you can use the auto battle token.
That could bring some unwanted attention.
Okay. Don't get any ideas about that delicious fruit. Oh. What does that do? Receive gardener. Go to the next location. I don't think we want that. Yeah, I don't think we want that either. Let's attract potential allies. A little help, please? Anytime, my friend. All we need to do is lead the gardener to the labyrinth, and the rest should be easy. We'll see about that.
Have a look around there. Might be something
Most
worth
decks on the
looking
board can be browsed. For example, if you check the content of the exploration deck, you can see what the next locations to be revealed. Maybe your current objective is somewhere in there. Maybe you want to check if the card you're looking for is coming soon. If a card is not in the exploration deck, there may be a way to access it with some cycling effect or other effect. And remember, the exploration deck is cycling.
There has to be a way in.
Look, I can see some documents through the glass. Think they'll be useful? Only one way to find out. Maybe the gardener could open the door for us. Orchard, thorny bushes, patrolled, gardener again. Has to be a quiet way in. Move to the winter garden or story effects. Yeah, let's do it. This looks like a map of the labyrinth. Look, it's only the inner part of the maze. Why can't anything be simple? Better than nothing. Sure, we can find something to show us the way to the middle. Or someone. Oh. What does that do? Moves to the gardener. Moves to the locked greenhouse. Moves to the orchard. Moves to the next location. Well, I've got 2 of those, so let's move to the next one. Knew I smelled apples over here. Okay. Moves to the gardener. Gives us 1 fame. Gives us an apple and a fame. Moves to next location. That just moves to the greenhouse. I think we need a gardener again. Need some help, sir? I might. One can get lost. We lose 1 gold and we get a gardener. That's a fair trade. Whew, good thing there's still nobody in the search party. Alright, wow, that gives us 4 food. That's pretty good. This is apparently fucking useless, so... An appointment with the lady of the house. Would you show us through the maze? Turn the hedges many a time. Follow me.
Quite a statue.
Whoa? What is it? Sorry, sirs, I'd rather not go any farther. What? You're serious? We're barely halfway. It's this statue, sirs. Bad luck it is. Haunted. Gardener backed away from the statue nervously, leaving Volbane and Leo alone. Had to admit, it was a rather foreboding sight. Great. Get your guard patrol coming. Quick, hide.
Oh no, the cops.
9. Found that map, remember? Should help us figure out the best route. Of course. Let's take a look at it once we've dealt with the watch. Button will show a very condensed reminder of your current objective. Use the hint system will trigger some help based on your current situation. Huh. I see. Yeah. Okay, that don't do nothing. Healing balm and healing plants. I like the sound of that. Hey, this place is pretty well stocked.
Oh, bravo.
Okay, what does this do? Chinese minor pain relief. Powerful healing balm. Okay. Get through the maze. Yeah. 9. Woof.
How much do you think it would take for them to... You know.
Alright, one of the hostiles you're facing has a special power. Special powers are signified by wooden tokens on the left-hand side of creature cards. Enemy powers can trigger during the negotiation phase or during combat. It may trigger once or every few rounds. If you hover over a creature card, you'll see a detailed description of its powers. Bell of the Watch. Oh, okay. How about, you know, you
Seems
just...
like even the city watcher on the take.
don't.
Back to the bill.
Works for me. Wow, one food and that gets rid of them too? All flee for their lives. When you trigger panic, each fleeing enemy will grant you one fame, whatever their level.
Stomach for a fight, eh?
Oh, cool. Alright. Use the hint system multiple times to get more explicit help for more complex situations. We've got directions, and what are we waiting for? Let's go. If I'm reading this right, we should be there in no time. Good thing, too, it's almost nighttime. Perfect timing. The darker, the better.
That's Lady Catel's manor.
Finally. Hey, maybe that was the hard part, and it's all downhill from here. Wishful thinking. It's getting dark. Time to get down to business. Hold on a second. This could be our last chance to rest up. I need my nimble hands at the ready. Sometimes your adventurers won't have their best skill cards in their hand, but don't worry. Anytime you're not in combat, you can trade a skill card from your hand for another one. Just drag the card above the owner's deck and choose the new card. If the card is unavailable, you'll have to pay a fixed price of 1 food per card. It's a little expensive, especially considering you could have rested to regain several cards at once. The cost of resting can also be pretty high, so be careful not to burn through too many skill cards by trading them. Huh. So do we want to rest? Cover up to 3 skill cards, but a small troop of guards is added to the search party. Yeah, let's do it.
Enough resting.
Small? Small my ass! Fucking A. Alright, let's see. What does this do? Deal 1 damage to... I don't want that, that's fucking... Alright, let's do this. Do what you do best. I'll cover the exit. Old Paint ghosted into the manor undetected. Darted through the corridors until he reached the main hall. There, in plain sight, stood the lyre in all its splendor, glinting in the moonlight. All he had to do was reach out and take it. Well, that was easy.
The second he touched the mysterious lyre, Volpan felt an ancient power flowing through him. Reality fractured and exploded into an infinite number of worlds, all identical and yet somehow distinct. Beyond the webs of fate, he witnessed all possible futures, resonating, vibrating, clashing. Then he saw, and he knew. He, his loved ones, his city, his kingdom, his world, everything was going to disappear, swallowed up by a cataclysm whose origin lurked behind the veil of possibilities.
Huh. The second he touched the relic, the sheer power of the visions caused poor Volpain to collapse on the spot. Leo took his unconscious friend on his back and fled the mansion, an army of guards at his heels. Hang in, old friend. We'll get through this. Let's deal with the guards as you get to a safe place. Volpain. Volpain! Completed this mission with a few victims in your graveyard deck. For now, it won't change anything. But beware, if you leave a trail of bodies behind you, you may have to face the consequences later.
Stuff. Ah, damn small-town cops.
Victory. Okay. Definitely interesting. Volpain awoke in the forest of Ronserai, his head throbbing. The Lyra? Whatever, I don't know. The thing was on the ground beside him, but Leo was nowhere to be found. Leo! Leo! Where is he? What happened? That moment, he remembered the visions.
What's this?
Before he had time to think, Volpain was struck with a vision of his friend in prison. A wave of despair swept over him. Leo, where are they taking you? Are they going to execute him? Oh gods, please, no. This is a doom event card. It symbolizes tragic events that only Volpain can see and that will lead the world to its end. The number above the doom event indicates how many turns you have left before it happens. Or at least that's if you do nothing to prevent it. Each mission you complete costs a turn, but don't worry. If you fail to complete a mission, you can always retry with no time penalty. You need to help him before it's too late. They must have locked him up in Eisenberg prison. This is a mission card. The choice of which missions you complete and the order in which you complete them is crucial to preventing doom events from occurring. Missions also contain secret side objectives and choices, all leading to different outcomes. It's up to you to experiment and make the right choices to fight fate. Coming, Leo. Wait, what the?
Impossible!
Volpain was struck with another flash. The smell of blood, the clash of metal, the roar of a battle, a vision of a massacre yet to come. The miners' strike. Father! The militia preparing an attack on the blockade. Lady Cattell must be behind this. I have to warn them or they'll all be slaughtered. If I'm going to warn the miners, I'll need to find their leader, Karst. They won't budge an inch without his say-so. Ah, what have I done? It's this damn instrument. Volpain looked at the strange lyre with disgust. I should never touch the blasted thing. Maybe if I give it back to Lady Cattell, that might smooth things over. After all, a fault confessed is half redressed. If I write a letter of apology and present it to the Council of Mothers, they might be able to put pressure on Cattell and prevent her from ordering the massacre. Volpain looked at the lyre once more before packing it into his satchel. Slowly, painfully, he dragged himself to his feet. All right, Volpain, you can fix this. He took a look around in an effort to get his bearings. To his left, he saw the fumes of the city rising above the trees. To his right, the silhouette of the Ferris Mount, shrouded in the acrid smoke from the mines. Better get moving. Your adventure begins now. Make your own choices and discover their consequences. Welcome to Foretales. Alright, so we've got a magic harp, basically, that tells us bad shit is going to happen. Try and stop it. So, kind of a neat concept, I guess. The whole card thing, I don't know. It's not bad, but it's not something that, you know, the way I kind of evaluate it is, hey, if I got some free time at night and I'm sitting down saying, man, I want to play some video games, is it going to be this? Probably not. So that's kind of how I, add things to my interesting stack or not. And while this is an interesting concept, it's not interesting in the fact that it, grips me and sucks me in, like some games have. So we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you all for watching, as always. And we'll see you in the next one when we come back with whatever is next.